dog, they said they saw a motherfucker walking around Miami Dolphins camp. What's cracking? You trying to play?
They capping.
Uh-oh.
To Texas, to California. I've been here in Atlanta in my studio creating content as an influencer, as a YouTuber. You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
Hey, Lion, that's crazy. It's crazy to me to just make shit up, huh?
Yeah, I've been telling your ass.
You know how it go, bro. They look at what's hot, what's popping, and I think one of my missions being in media is you still have to vet the information. These days, they want to be the first to post. Hey, I said it first, blah, 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 not having any truth or merit to it. And it's like, my girl hit me yesterday, said, motherfucker, you in Miami? You in Charlotte?
Hey, yeah, that's real. Hey, girl gonna find out. She gonna be like, "Where the fuck you at?"
FaceTime you. Hey, where you? I thought you said you was
because a lot of people live vicariously through you. So what happens to you, it also happens to them. So even your outreach, they like, yo, congratulations to Cam. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, hold on, let me make sure he ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely heard it. I definitely seen it, and this is a fedora that I have on, but what most people wear on their hat, this was a definitely cap situation. You know what I'm saying?
Capping. Hey, I told people before, I was like, man, I recruited Cam years ago before he went to Blinn, and you signed with Franchione's kid, and I was like, man, I was trying to get that motherfucker to Compton, boy. Your take with Tyreek Hill getting pulled over, Smitty and I had a huge argument about it. I saw your take, and I'm like, we had an argument, and then and I was like, does that go back to JUCO though? What you just kind of stated is saying, hey man, I got a different look, I got a different eye now on these folks with my skin tone and the motherfuckers that maybe they're not just what everyone else in the media uses as an agenda. I told Smitty and I said, when you got a kid, when you have a daughter or a son, and you got a different lifestyle, you'll tell that motherfucker to keep the motherfucking window down. 100%. And I think it changes people's mindset. And Smitty young, Smitty 30. And he's like, well, still, two things could be true. It didn't have to happen afterwards. Like, well, yeah, but it would have never got to that point. And I think that was your take as well. But does it go back to JUCO looking and saying, you know what, Franchione was a white boy and he actually looked out for me? It's not just, do you look at that now as a grown man and say that might have changed my thinking?
Well, that's a whole loaded question. The first, I will go to the Tyreek situation. Man, I love Tyreek, bro. A Georgia boy who, I have the utmost respect for, and his skill set and talent, right? When I look at my takes as a sports personality now, covering sports in a football adjacent show, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's my job. I looked at it like I was the OG in the locker room where people don't say it, but they always want to hear what you got to say, right? Yeah. And when I analyzed the whole situation, I was one of the million people that heard and got the ESPN update on their phone as I'm walking into church, and I'm like, what? Hold up. So, do we have footage? Do we have this? And then when you see the initial footage of him on the ground, it's like, oh my God, what the fuck, right? Right. But when you get the whole police dash cam and you see what transpired and how it escalated and how it could have been de-escalated at times, he didn't uphold his end of the bargain. And as any true friend, as any true person that's in your social circle or any true teammate, it's your job to not just be the yes man, to be like, yo, bro, I'm not just going to be like, yeah, dog, you could have got
foul. Yeah, like, you foul.
Hold on. Yeah. Hold on, Tyreek. Like, my boy. You got out, bro. You could have handled that way differently too. And even with this situation, a lot of times cats don't be willing to lose a friendship because of the truth. It's like, yo, bro, I'm just here to report what I deem you to be and uphold yourself and your morals as a way. It could have been anything. Obviously, it was a police situation where I tried to give perspective for my children, right? And all children. But it could have been a domestic situation. It could have been, you just acting as if you're normal in a club where you're being disrespectful, belligerent, whatever you want to kind of call it. These are things that accountability has to be held at all times.